I have a very simple question, and it's just for the men. It applies to women, but I'm directing it towards men because men never ever talk about this shit. And it's simply this: to what degree do you use sex to confirm your worth? What percentage of the sex that you have is it being used to confirm your worth as a man, as a lover, that you're wanted, that you're wantable, that your penis is good enough, that that sense of conquest and feeling big and extraordinary because you just ravished this woman? Whatever it is for you, to what degree do you use sex to confirm your worth? And has it occurred to you that that may seriously fuck up shit later when it comes to relationships? And you're like, what's the correlation? Well, simply this. Basically, each one of us, particularly as men, we get our worth confirmed through what? Women and work, right? And then, unfortunately, a lot of people will do it through their kids as well. So then you're using your child to get your own needs met. But generally, it's women and work, right? And so, and it's not exclusive to that, but generally. So what happens if there's a downturn in the market? What happens if you lose your job? What happens if you're not making as much money as you hope to be, yet you mortgage yourself up your eyeballs? That means where you're getting your sense of worth met through work, through money, is decreased. But the need to have attention and sense of worth met has not decreased. So the demand has stayed the same, but the supply has decreased. Or what if you marry a great woman and you have kids and so forth, and all of a sudden you fall in love with work, she falls in love with the kids, you know, the classic American dream, right? And all of a sudden she's getting all of her affection needs met through the kids. And I don't mean in some dirty way, I just mean the normal way kids give a lot of fucking affection. Right? So maybe she has less affection to give to you, or maybe she's just fucking tired because being a full-time parent is fucking exhausting and she doesn't have as much time for sex, let alone just the normal giving you attention and taking time to play, which is why so many therapists say, have a date night. Why? So that you're giving each other attention and affection and appreciation. Okay, so let's say one of those things happens. Well, that means, again, the supply of love, of appreciation, of confirmation of your worth, whether it's work or wife or kids, is decreasing, yet the supply is decreasing, but the demand is staying the same. In fact, if it's going down over here, your demand in the area of sex is increasing. The demand in the area of confirmation of worth from some external power source stays the same or increases. And this is when cheating starts. Why? Because you begin to roam out there and you're not aware of what you're doing. You think your marriage is a problem. You think you're stressed out from your work. No, what it really is that you have this need for external confirmation of your worth. That's the problem. It has nothing to do with your marriage. It has nothing to do with even your work. That you have a need for external confirmation of your worth. And we all have it, but the more you have that, the more in trouble your relationships are going to be. But here's the thing. Again, the problem isn't the marriage. The problem isn't your stress. The problem is that way back in childhood, you never got that external confirmation of your worth. Maybe you had an old man who was a dick, who always said, oh, why can't you do your fucking homework? Jesus, I try to help you with your homework. Oh my God. And so you developed some neurosis around homework. Or maybe it was always sports and you're always being hectored or put down. Or maybe you had to walk on eggshells around the old man. Or maybe it was your mom that you always had to put on appearances and everything had to look good. Or maybe you became, and so they didn't care about who you really were, just put on the appearances. Let everyone think we're fucking normal, right? Or maybe you were the golden child. So you're always performing. And you only ever got your attention and affection and appreciation by performing, not for your own real self. Maybe it was one of these scenarios, or maybe you were neglected, right? And nobody gave you the love. So you've always been craving external confirmation of your worth. Either you're addicted to it because you were always getting it, or you were always needing more, or you were always walking on eggshells. Whatever it was, you don't matter. You're not important. You're not good enough. Were the messages you got either explicitly or implicitly as a child. And so then what happens? So then around about teenage years or 20s or whatever it is, you run into this thing called sex and you realize how powerful it is as a confirmation of worth. To be wanted by a person that you are attracted to. For a lot of guys, it's a woman. There are few things more powerful when it comes to confirming worth than a woman, particularly through sex. So, as I said, so if the job's going bad or, family, you just feel like an ATM or you feel unappreciated, that demand for external confirmation of your worth is still there, but the supplies have gone down, and so you begin to look around and start to cheat. So do you see the correlation then between cheating? And not everybody does this. It doesn't have to be a one-to-one correlation that, oh, now I have to cheat. And that's the point. The point is so many people do cheat because that's the easy way to get that external confirmation of worth. But the real problem is that you need an external confirmation of your worth. The real problem is you lack the capacity to self-confirm. That's the problem. See, children who grow up having love poured into their love cup, being given that love, being given that positive attention, being given rules and boundaries as well, but being given love. Children that grow up that way have a sense of love in them already. Love has been poured into their love cup. Confirmation of worth, validation has filled up their love cup. So when they go into adulthood, they need less of it from external sources because they self-confirm, because they have the love inside. Cheating starts back there. Always. Your cheating isn't driven by your marriage or your stress. That's bullshit. What it's really driven by is this massive need for external confirmation of your worth, and you're using sex or an emotional connection with somebody you're not supposed to be doing it with as a way to confirm your worth, rather than doing the hard fucking work of healing that past shit so you don't so greatly need external confirmation of your worth. At what point in your life do you begin to do the hard work and actually create great fucking relationships? Have a kick-ass day.